obviously after the game on Sunday, and then after last night, seeing the Nets kind of dominate the Cavs pretty much all throughout the game, we're seeing that there's two tiers in the Eastern Conference right now, and there's 3 games separating the 1 seed to the 5 seed. And I've seen everyone kind of talking about who are the teams to beat in the East, and you got the Celtics and the Bucks. Everyone's kind of putting them on a pedestal, and then you have the Nets and Cavs as the next tier. But watching some of the hot take shows, you had JJ Redick and Kendrick Perkins talking about it, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp kind of talking about it, and they didn't really know where to put the Sixers. Are the Sixers more on the Celtics and Bucks tier, or are they more on that Nets and Cavs tier? So I want to ask you guys, where do you guys see the Sixers as far as tiers in the Eastern Conference right now?
Well, man, if I have to make a tier, I think the reason why you say Boston and Milwaukee is because they went to the finals. Milwaukee won a championship. So they've done what the other 3 teams haven't done. So until, other teams can kind of accomplish that and kind of be like, hey, we're doing the same thing you did. We can get to the finals and win. We can get to the finals and be second place. So until you get to that point, it's kind of hard to say, yeah, we're just like that team. Especially from the Sixers standpoint, we haven't even got past the second round.
Yeah.
So, Cavs, obviously haven't since LeBron was there, and the Nets haven't either. So those teams got to at least get to the conference finals and get to a finals, I think, where you can say, okay, they're like that. But, so that's where I think the difference is. And then they are the top 2 teams in the East again.
Yeah.
Going into, the end of December. So do I think they're capable of beating those teams? Yes, I do. But I think if you're just going by, proven success, there is some separation from that standpoint.
Yeah. All 5 teams are so close to being in the same tier. I guess, yeah, what would separate them would be the past success. For the Bucks, though, I got to say, I think personally, I think Celtics are tier 1. I think it takes a step down after that. The Melton injury, man, it really scares me for them. That knee is just, he keeps missing games because of that knee, because the swelling keeps coming back. And if he can't do the grind in playoffs, like, that's a lot to overcome.
Yeah, man, I get what you're saying, but, he wasn't there last year, and they lost in Game 7 of the conference final.
Yeah, it's true.
And they won it the year before. You know what I'm saying? So
everyone got better, though.
I'm just saying, but they lost. I think Milwaukee got better. They lost in conference, conference finals in Game 7. So even without him, they did better than those other 3 teams, and they won it the year before. So to say that they're like those other teams, I don't know how you can say that.
Yeah, I just think that Cavs
they still
so much better.
They still accomplished what Boston didn't accomplish. Winning it, and Boston went to the finals and got beat in 5 games. I believe Milwaukee could have did that.
Yeah, probably.
Without Melton. I think they could have won a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think Celtics got Robert Williams back. They don't have the Gallinari trade, but they got Brogdon in that deal. I think they've improved. I just think we talked about this a while ago, but that we were also hinging on Middleton coming back. What did the Bucks really do? They got Ingles. I mean, Giannis is just good enough to make you a top 3 seed, I think, no matter what in the East. I just think he is.
He's good enough to get you to the finals. He's good enough to get you to the conference finals. He's good enough to win the conference finals. The other teams can't say that. Now, KD's done it. Not here. He's done it in the West. So I believe he can do it. I believe Kyrie's talented enough to do it, especially with KD. I believe they had the talent to do it.
But it's potential.
They just haven't done it.
They had the potential to do
it. Their team, but I believe that. Yes, I believe that. So if I'm saying, would it surprise me if the Nets make it? No, it would not.
No, not at all.
Surprise me at all. I mean, but to say that they're like the Celtics and the Celtics just swept them last year. So, but then on the other hand, to say that the Bucks aren't like the Celtics, like, why not?
Yeah, I guess it's just
they're closer to the Celtics than anybody else in the East.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I like the Celtics. I like them, but they're like a game apart. It's not like the Celtics is like soaring past teams.
No, it's true. As is, it's very close. I just think if I'm projecting, I think Middleton becomes. I mean, which is probably why they're being as cautious as possible because they're number 2 right now and he's hardly played. So it's like get right. Save the swelling for the playoffs. Like don't play. Don't risk anything right now. Which
until they say he's out for the season. My outlook is that he'll gradually get better. It's no different than Klay Thompson playing with Golden State, and he was playing with injuries and trying to recover.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was very helpful. Just say even everybody saying he wasn't the same, but take him away and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You see what
and
I'm
they might
saying?
make a deal. I heard they were interested in. Weren't there one of the teams interested in Crowder? I think they were, right? That makes a lot of sense. You had Crowder there, and
I mean, I can see that still happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even more so with Middleton's knee continuing to swell up. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Nets took out the Celtics. I think they actually match up really well now. I think Simmons can neutralize one of Brown and Tatum a little bit like he did last night with Mitchell. And then you have Durant playing some of the best defensive ball of his career. I think he can maybe guard the other one, and no one questions the Nets' scoring ability. So I think the top 5 are extremely talented. I would put the Sixers above the Cavs because I think when push comes to shove, you have one of the most dominant players in the NBA on our team. And you're going to look for Mitchell to do his, 8 for 27 shooting in the playoffs to try to keep you in games. Well, we've seen how that works with the best defensive team in the Jazz. It didn't. So I just think the Cavs have a little more of an upward climb to figure out who's going to be that guy to just take over games in the playoffs.
I like the Cavs. I do. I think that they're a team that can beat you in one game. I'm not sure if they can win 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's a top 4, but we'll see. I mean, they have some talented players that can win a series, and with their talent, they defend, they play hard, so they got the intangibles.
Yeah. They're well balanced too. They have a well balanced team.
They got the tangibles, but we'll see.
And with us, it's like we have our own question marks. We're playing amazing right now, but we almost have to re-gel when Maxey comes back. So our potential's through the roof, but at the same time, do we revert back to the first 10 games of the season? I don't know. So it's like we got to redo some things when he comes back and figure it out.
Is it we or he? Maybe that's a question for Friday.
I thought you were making fun of me for saying the we team.
No, I'm saying is it we or he?
I guess
the team, or is it him as in Max?
Yeah. I guess we'll have to answer that. I guess that'll be a topic on Friday. I think, let me get some time to get some artillery for that answer. But I think it's awesome. The top 5, I think the East is extremely competitive, and it's gonna be really fun to watch it all unfold.
Yeah,
I hope they all get healthy. I hope they all get healthy and stay healthy. Really.
Well, I mean, I was really kind of similar on the lines of the Middleton thing. It's that we're playing so well right now that we were allowed to kind of let Maxey kind of rest like a few more weeks, because we probably would have rushed him back even sooner if that that kind of mediocrity that we had in the beginning of the season kind of continued a little bit. We probably would have rushed him back sooner, but we've had the luxury the last few weeks of letting him rest a little bit more and letting him recover more. So that's a luxury that we've had, and also Milwaukee's had with kind of letting their star players rest a little bit longer for the injuries.
Yep.